Imagine how much your imagination makes you suffer. How much really we make ourselves suffer so much more than we should just by overthinking things. And this was something that I struggled with for a long time, whether it came to approaching girls, whether it came to applying for a job, whether it came to just being in dental school. I want to say one of the stories that just came to my mind was I remember years ago, me and one of my homies were at a Bryson Tiller concert. And I remember we saw these two girls and we were just sitting there and we were like, oh, should we go talk to them? Well, maybe we shouldn't because I don't know. Maybe, maybe they've got boyfriends, maybe they don't. Maybe, we should wait till after this song or no, maybe after this song. And I mean, like 4 songs go by, we still were sitting here like, I don't know, maybe, are they even going to be into us? Maybe we shouldn't say anything. And before we knew it, these 2 dudes went up, talked to them, got their numbers. And that was just a moment of, it was truly just a moment where we look back on that and we always laugh because it's like, it's crazy how you can be so in your head and you can reject yourself before someone else even rejects you. Before, like, you don't even give people the chance to reject you because you've already told yourself you're not good enough or you're not tall enough, you're not smooth enough. You've already invalidated yourself before you've even, found out if you're valid or not. Before you've even found out if someone wants you, you have already told yourself that they don't want you or they're not going to be interested in you. And it was just so interesting to me having that realization. And even like when it came to school, it'd be one of those things, having an exam and you're already telling yourself, no, like, I mean, what if I fail? I'm probably gonna fail this exam. This exam is supposed to be really hard. I mean, my friend who took it yesterday said it was really hard. So that means it's probably going to be hard for me. That means I'm probably, going to fail. I mean, I don't even know if I should study because this exam is going to be so hard that I don't know if there's anything I can do to even put myself in position to pass this exam. And it's just another prime example of you're already telling yourself that you have failed before taking the exam. It's like you have already failed yourself, not even giving yourself the opportunity to pass. And dang, I like that actually. Dang, that's pretty fire. I might need to trademark that or something. You've already failed yourself before you passed, truly. And so it's just crazy how in our minds, we can make things a much bigger deal than what they actually are. And even like for girls, like going back to that, I had to get to the point where once I got more confident, I realized, I was like, wait a second, talking to a girl is just like talking to a human. You literally all you're doing is talking to a human. And so in my mind, I was like, okay, let me think about it like I'm talking to this girl like how I would talk to my homies, just a simple, hey, how's it going? Kind of seeing where things go from there, instead of being in my head about like, oh, is she gonna like me if I say, how's it going? Should I just say, hey, what's up? Should I say this? Should I say that? And instead of getting so wrapped up and in your mind, just being like, wait a second, like, this is just human being. And even going into whether it's school interviews, job interviews, don't tell yourself like, oh, I'm not qualified for this job. I don't know if the boss is gonna like me. It's like you haven't even met this person yet and you're already telling yourself this person isn't gonna like you. And so being in this negative mindset going into things really just opens the door for more negative. Like, for example, I have another friend who's been trying to go to dental school and been kind of thinking about it for a while now. And she was like, oh, like, what if I apply and I don't get in? Or what if it starts and it's really stressful and it's hard and I can't do it? And I was telling her, I was like, but these are all things that haven't happened yet. These are things where you're kind of justifying a reason to not do something, Whereas if you apply and you don't get in, it's one of those things where, of course, it sucks, but you're like, okay, well, I tried to apply. Now let me figure out what I did wrong so I can fix those things to put myself in better position to get in the next time. And really, that's what life is about. It's not about rejecting yourself, but at least giving yourself the opportunity for someone else to either accept you or reject you. And if they reject you, it's a matter of finding out why and kind of figuring out how you can improve yourself, so that way the next time you're in a much better position to get in or get accepted or to succeed at something. And this is also true for like grades, for example. If you do end up taking the exam and you fail it, it's not a matter of being like, oh, like I was right, like this, exam was really hard, because now you're just validating those emotions. So moving forward, you're going to continue to just reject yourself before you've even had the chance to find out if something is actually hard or not, or if it's actually doable. And the same thing is true for even if you're playing basketball. I used to be one of like the kind of person who I would always think about it so much before I would shoot. Like, is this the shot to take? I don't know, I might miss it. And I talked about that in one of my other videos where I had to realize that, wait a second, it's like I'm telling myself I'm going to miss this shot before I even take it. So how can I even expect to make it if I'm not shooting with the utmost confidence? If the moment I get the ball and decide to shoot, I'm already thinking, oh, what if this misses? What if I miss this shot? Then of course I'm gonna miss it. And then I'm going to validate that thought and that emotion I had earlier to say, well, I knew I was gonna miss it. I shouldn't have taken that shot. Next time I need to pass it. And I'm just validating those emotions. So I think it's super important truly to just be aware, to think of situations where you're rejecting yourself before you have even given, whether it's a job or school or person, to even reject you. And those are things where once you fix that and you become aware of it, then you notice, okay, well, if I stop rejecting myself before I've given other people the opportunity to, I go into things with a more open mind. I'm more likely to be more prepared when I'm going into something. I'm more likely to be my most confident self going into something. And yeah, you guys, and I think that's truly what it comes down to. And that's something that once I became aware of it, it really made a huge difference in my life. And so I hope that you guys found this video helpful. And if you guys enjoy the content, as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video.